Hello guys, welcome back to another video, welcome back to my channel, and today I'll be talking about my iPad Pro being my replacement for my computer. So I've used the iPad Pro now as my computer for 2 months, nearly 2 months, and I'm gonna be telling you things I didn't like, things I liked, and how has it been overall. And then I'm gonna do sort of answering the question whether you should buy a MacBook or an iPad. Now I know I already did this video about iPad versus MacBook Pro, MacBook, which one you should buy. But I'm gonna be in this video telling you what I would have buy as my computer for my tasks, this or a MacBook. And I'm gonna be comparing the value of the iPad Pro maxed out, so like the expensivest with the accessories like the Apple Pencil and the Magic Keyboard, and comparing to the MacBooks, and I'm gonna be telling which one is a better buy. So let's begin. Okay, so my iPad Pro is an 11-inch 2018 space gray 256GB Wi-Fi only model. It has an A12X Bionic chip, so it is a really powerful chip. By the way, the new iPad Pro has an A12Z Bionic chip, and it's actually the same as A12X, just a few cores are unlocked from the A12X, and when they unlocked it, they renamed it to A12Z. Just to let you know a little fact. But anyway, so I've been using the iPad Pro as my main computer with Adobe Rush to edit my videos. I know it's not the best software. You got LumaFusion, which is considered to be the best mobile video editing software, but I went with Adobe Premiere Rush because I have the Adobe Suite, and it's just better than iMovie that you get standard for free from Apple. But so the reason why I replaced it is because I gave my laptop to a family relative because he needed a laptop to edit his YouTube videos. And by the way, it's Asana Mangali from Assam World. You can check out his YouTube channel down in the links in the description below. He also has a YouTube channel about crazy bits of football stuff. So yeah, please check him out and subscribe to him. But anyway, so I gave that laptop to him because he needed it for video editing. So I was like, okay, fine. And I'm gonna move to the iPad, thinking that it's gonna do all of my work. Well, I wasn't really thinking right, because the iPad Pro is not the best device for video editing. It's slow. It really takes a long time to import footage from an SD card to the iPad Pro. It's really hard to use it when video editing, and overall it's just not as good experience as on a Mac. So the first issue I had is when I got my iPad Pro on the desk, I took the adapter, inserted the SD card, started importing footage. It took a few minutes to import the footage, about 10 minutes to import a few footage on the iPad. That is long. It takes seconds to import it from an SD card to Macs. Maybe because of the RAM or because of the processor, or because the MacBook is overall a bigger device, so it has more stuff in its scheme, which makes it easier to use. Like for example, the MacBook Pro charges instantly, and the iPad and iPhone, so you have to wait. You can turn on the MacBook Pro when it's charging. The iPad you can't. You have to wait. So kind of like that. That's why but the MacBook Pro imports videos in it faster than the iPad. But I honestly don't know why. But Macs just do it better. The next thing, I started doing video editing, cutting all that stuff. You play in your playback, and then a few seconds after, your footage starts to drop frames. And it is really annoying because you can't edit when your footage is not playback properly. It was really hard for me. I had to pause the video, stop, wait for the frames to catch on, for the iPad to come back, and then I can edit on, but it happened so much times that it was annoying, and it's not really. I don't know why people call this an ultimate device, a really powerful device, and they say it's better than Macs. I legitimately think that Macs are better at doing this stuff than iPads, even though iPads are more powerful. Um, and obviously we have to know that Apple Silicon Macs are coming soon with also Apple's chips. So yeah, the same power from the iPads is gonna be now added to the Macs, which is cool. But anyways, so yeah, editing on the iPad Pro is not easy. But not just talking about the editing, I'm missing some other professional apps from Adobe, like After Effects. I don't have After Effects on the iPad Pro at all. You can't get it, and I need After Effects because what if I want to create some graphics? And I can't do that on the iPad at all. Um, I know there's at least Photoshop and Lightroom, which is cool. I can edit my thumbnails on my photos, but it's just better doing it on a Mac. I mean, I think the Mac Photoshop and Lightroom is more advanced than the one in iPad OS. And Adobe Premiere Rush, that's the video editing I sort use, doesn't have all of the cool features and many features as the professional Final Cut Pro software. I know there's LumaFusion, which is better, but I don't think LumaFusion is as good as Final Cut Pro 10 on the Mac. That's just my opinion. So yes, the iPad Pro is not a great replacement for my work needs than a laptop computer. But some great things about the iPad Pro is its tablet. So I obviously got the Smart Folio keyboard case. I can just detach it, use it as a tablet, and I use the iPad Pro as my, let me put that back, as my entertainment device. So for video games and watching content and doing simple work. I'm gonna talk about that later. So that's what the iPad Pro is great for, doing simple work for your work needs if you have simple work. But doing heavy tasks on the iPad is not great. I'm telling you that. I understand it's faster, but it's not great. Not near as good as on the Mac. So if another category is iPad Pro actually wins. It's portability. It's really thin, really light, and that's great for portability. And you got the 11-inch and the 12.9-inch. Depends on which one you want for portability. So yeah, I like the iPad as my entertainment device, like watching YouTube, playing games. But I don't like the iPad as my doing my work device. But another great about iPad is its touchscreen. If you love touchscreen, you're gonna love the iPad because I know some people want touchscreen on Macs, but I really think it's kind of useless since we have iPads, and you can handwrite with an Apple Pencil on your iPad. If you prefer handwriting, you can do that. But now I'm gonna be talking about. So I do like the iPad Pro, and I don't like the iPad Pro in many ways. So now I'm gonna be talking about whether I would use the iPad Pro as my main computer or just get a Mac. I'll just get a Mac, really, because the way this thing handles video editing is not great. I don't really like it. It's slow, it's laggy, it takes a long time for the footage to import. Yeah, it's not great, but it's great for content consuming. So now I'm going to be talking about value, because I just checked out the iPad Pro maxed out, the 12.9-inch version, 1 terabyte, Wi-Fi plus cellular, with the Apple Pencil and the Magic Keyboard, and that thing overall cost £2,080. That is a lot of money for a tablet, and well, this is a really high-end flagship tablet, but it is still a lot. Whereas, for example, a 13-inch MacBook Pro with 4 Thunderbolt 3 ports starts from £1,800. For that price, you get a 512 gigabytes of SSD, a quad-core Core i5 processor, 10th gen, 16 gigabytes of RAM, You get Mac OS, you get 4 Thunderbolt 3 ports, you get you get Final Cut Pro 10, you get all the software, professional software you need to get your work done. Speaking of the ports, actually, the iPad Pro has USB-C, the new ones, current generations, which is really good. It makes connecting theory feel so much easier. So I love that the iPad Pro has USB-C. At least that's good. But anyway, so the MacBook Pro 13-inch, for example, costs only $1,800, and for that you actually get some good spec. The iPad Pro is a bit overpriced if you get the maxed out 12.9-inch version, which you probably won't, but I'm just saying, if you're just interested. And I think it's overall, if you're planning to replace your laptop with an iPad Pro, I'll say don't. Just get another Mac, and I think you'll be even happier with them with the iPad Pro. Now I know some people work with an iPad every day, or use the iPad just their Mac computer, nothing else. Well, when you're used to a Mac, you're gonna miss it, and that's the same thing. I miss editing on Final Cut Pro. Because it's just a better experience overall. Now I edit on the iMac Pro that I reviewed because I just can't take it on the iPad Pro. That's it. I'm kind of tired on it. I'm using the iPad Pro for as a content device and simple work. But when I need to edit my videos, I use a Mac. That's it. That's how I get things done. And also I use the iPad Pro to edit photos. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, as you can see, the iPad Pro is a weird device overall, and I also don't understand why Apple made this device when we have laptops, especially now laptops coming with Apple Silicon chips like this on this thing inside. It's a weird device converting a tablet into a computer when it doesn't have the capabilities, doesn't have Mac OS, but I don't think you really need Mac OS. Yes, I know you get touchscreen. Yes, I know you get Apple Pencil to handwrite and draw, but the iPad Pro, it should be a high-end tablet for entertainment and video games. That's what I think of it. But it's just my opinion, and guys, comment down below if you think the same about the iPad Pro not being really a computer, and if you think overall getting a Mac is a way better idea. But yeah, guys, that's just my opinion, and that's the way I think about it. So yeah, I don't really like the iPad Pro as my main computer, but I really like the iPad Pro as a content device. So yeah, guys, that's been it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again in the next video.